So in today's video, we're going to be looking at some essential autumnal trail riding tips. So any climb that's possible in the dry should still be possible in the wet, giving good technique, and it gives you an even bigger buzz when you get to the top of the hill. So let's break down this climb to when it gets a little bit more slippy, a bit more mud, losing traction, things like that. The things I'm doing before I even set off, I'm probably going to go on a normal climb, I'm probably going to hit this in boost, so I'm actually going to knock it down to trail. So I'm still going to have that power if I need it. I can always change up if I do need that extra boost, but starting in the trail or mid-setting, it's going to give you a lot less chance of wheel spinning and managing that traction all the way up the climb. As I'm looking at the climb, I'm having a quick look at all the things that's going to cause me trouble on the way up. Things such as roots, different changes in soil, where there's things like rocks and that could cause a wheel spin. Little things like that I'm scanning as I pick my line up. So when it comes to climbing the slippery climbs on our e-bike, the way I do it is get my seat up nice and high as well. I'm sitting right on the nose of that seat, literally right on the end of my ergon saddle. So I'm right on that tip, and my weight is quite forward over the front wheel to stop that front wheel lifting off. If I feel that wheel spinning on the back, I'm transferring my weight back a little bit. I'm easing off on that power delivery on the cranks. If I sense a wheel spin, or I can feel that back wheel breaking traction, I'm just going light on those pedals, but continuing to give forward momentum. Momentum is key on these slippy climbs. If you stop or slow down, it's really hard to get that momentum going. Obviously, momentum is going to carry you over those slippy roots and rocks and things like that you're going to find on that climb. Let's talk about wet roots on your e-bike as well. Obviously these things are just dying for you to slide out and smash your hip on them, stuff like that. The way we deal with wet roots on the e-bike, it's just commitment really. Looking past them, don't fixate and be looking down at them as you come into them. If you look at them, they're going to grab you, they're going to make you slide out. So we look down past the trail, we're aware that they're there, and ride over them. Don't forget your e-bike's got big tyres, big suspension, a lot of weight on that bike, so it's really going to hold that bike nice and light over those roots. If it's a singular route, just try and lift that front wheel up over them. If the back wheel slides, it's not such a big deal as if the front wheel slides out. Obviously a front wheel slide is going to cause a crash. Rear wheel slide is just going to be that as a slide, so you can correct it quite easy. So when it comes to tackling those wet roots, especially on a corner, there's a good technique to do that. The way I like to do that is to try and square them off. I mean, if we take a look at these roots in front of me here, if I go on my natural course and lean around the corner, it's actually just going to hit that route and try and slide out, and it's going to repeat itself on that second and third route. So what I'm going to try and do here is try and approach, but try and square them off. So I'm actually turning into the route, making a square entry into it. That way the wheel is just going to roll over that and hopefully not slide. So say, don't fixate on it, expect to slide, but don't fixate. Look down the trail and you should just glide over those routes nice and smooth. So obviously a nice real advanced technique is to use that manual technique, so you can lift that front wheel over those roots as well. So you can lift it up on the first or bump off of it, basically and plant that front wheel back on the trail a little bit further down. Obviously that way you're totally eradicating that front wheel from any sliding going on, but what it can cause is that back wheel to slide as well. Just be aware of that, but it's an advanced technique and a really good one to avoid those front wheel slides. Let's talk about steep, slippery chutes when it comes to winter and riding that sort of thing on your e-bike. Behind me here, I've got this chute. It's littered with rocks, roots, steps, and loads of nastiness, just wanting me to slide out or go over the handlebars if I do my technique wrong. The technique I'm going to use is getting my weight really far back on the bike. So I'm dropping my heels and be right over that back point of the bike, nice, straight, supple arms, letting that bike suspension move, but allow me to pull it up the front end if I need to come off any of those drops. Also my brakes, I'm going to be really biased towards that rear brake. So if I'm going to need to slide down, I can actually skid. I'm totally off of that front brake. And if the only chance that I am going to get a chance to use that front brake is when I really need it at the bottom where it's nice and smooth. If I touch that front brake, it's going to cause a skid, could cause me to go over the handlebars. So just lay off that front brake when it comes to really steep technical descents. Commitment to that line is key as well. Look at it, visualize it, just make sure you're locked onto your exit point at the bottom of the chute. Don't let any slide or anything disturb you. Stay on, Stay in control, but stay supple. You don't need to be rigid. As soon as you start getting rigid and getting bucked, it's going to end in tears. Supple, commitment, key. You're going to be flying around this corner. So let's talk about cornering on your e-bike in slippery conditions. In front of me here, I've got a big wide open corner. It's actually off camber going into it. Lots of roots, little rocks, things like that are going to slide us around. What I'm not going to forget is on the e-bike, you've got weight on that bike. You've got low down weight, so that means increased grip. You've also got usually plus tires or big, heavy, sticky tires that are really going to bite in on these corners as well. So don't be afraid to push that e-bike to the limit. Really use that weight to its advantage. Technique wise, if it was slippier, I'd probably be coming in a little bit slower than I would on a regular corner. That way I can come in, I'm controlled. I'm not trying to scrub the speed off in the corner or in a danger zone, like when I'm trying to set up, get my footwork done, looking at where I'm going, things like that. So when my braking is done earlier, when I know I've got grip and bite on that corner, I can let off the brakes, hit that line perfectly and just carry on around that corner, loads of grip, good control, and increase my speed on the exit. So slow in, fast out. So sometimes when I've committed to a corner, sometimes I'm getting a little bit loose, I like to chuck a foot out. It's kind of borrowed from motocross. That way it just gives you that kind of tripod effect. If things do start sliding, you're not committed to that bike. You know, if you're like that, you're going to fall. But if you've got that foot out, it's going to give you that extra platform to push up, sometimes like help go around in the corner as well. It's just a bit of a safety guard more than anything. The puddles are going to be all over the trails when it comes to winter. There's a few ways we can tackle them. One of my favourites is probably the front wheel lift. Doing the front wheel lift is obviously going to clear that puddle from splashing up on your face or all over your e-bike, getting you drenched. So the way we do the front wheel lift is coming in with good speed. Luckily here there's a nice route actually, we can ping that front wheel off. So I'm loading the front suspension fork up as I come in, transferring my weight forward, and as that front wheel hits that route, I can lift my weight back, transferring it up onto the balance point and trying to lift that front wheel up to the dry mud on the other side of the bank, totally missing that puddle with my front wheel. Just going to pull up with the handlebars, keep pushing with our feet, lifting that front wheel, driving it through, and carry on down the trail with no mud in your face. So that's it, my autumnal / winter ride is over. If you've enjoyed today's content, be sure to check out how to wash your e-bike up here when it comes to washing that muddy e-bike, and also how to winterize your e-bike down here, a few little hack videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed today's content. Lots of cool content on here. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to drop us some winter tips, comments in the box below, and we'll see you in the next one.